from my experience in Hamilton when we did address the lead problems in a very progressive way. But the private members bill is interesting because there's 338 MPs, so they draw your name. And I drew number 46. And then one of the MPs left, his name was Harper, so I moved up because he'd had a lower number.
So was 45 your lucky number?
I guess so, because that meant that I could get my bill early enough in the term, because the later things go and they get delayed and you may never see it ever come to fruition. So I wanted to bring something forward that I could actually, because you know how government wheels turn very slowly with the bureaucracy, do something that I knew about, that I was passionate about, and that I could identify as a Canadian problem, and that was lead in drinking water. There have been plenty of, it's interesting, Doug, if you Google lead drinking water Canada, every day there's another story. Just this week there was Kamloops, 4 schools, they didn't realize all the lead in the taps. Brandon, Manitoba, and so on and so forth. Flint really kind of triggered this. But then I learned from a researcher at Simon Fraser University, Dr. Bruce Lanphier, that they have found, subsequent to previous knowledge, that very minimal amounts of lead can affect the development of the infant's brain, which leads to low IQ, behavioral issues. Another survey showed incarcerated people in the state of Ohio, over 50% of them had higher lead in their blood levels than would be normal. So it just kept growing. And you know, here's one from February the 1st. Arizona State University is going to have their top journalism students do a survey of the problem of lead in drinking water, and they've got Dublin University's in on it, George Washington, the University of Southern California, but also the University of British Columbia. So it's something that it's current because of Flint, but it's easy to overlook because people say, well, what do you expect to get out of this? And I think the main thing will be just the awareness that people bringing a youngster home should know that the water coming out of their tap is safe. And if it's not, it has to be dealt with.
City Matters at noon, 4, 6, and 10 p.m. right here on Cable 14 or anytime on cable14now.com.